Hi everybody, my name is Gabriella Millian. For those of you who don't know me, I live in Los Angeles, California as a TV and on-camera personality or reporter. And a lot of people on my Instagram have been asking me, especially ladies, have been asking me how I do my makeup. And full disclosure, I am not a makeup artist. I am not a beauty guru. These are things that I've actually taken inspiration from a lot of other makeup artists and beauty gurus, and even the makeup artists that work at my station that have given me tips. And this is kind of what I do day to day, because TV makeup and putting on makeup for an on-camera job is a lot different than makeup that you would wear day to day, or even makeup that you would wear going out with friends or on the weekend. It's very, very different. So if you guys would want me to do another video on how I do my makeup for the weekend or when I'm going out for a big event, then I could totally do another video on that as well. But a lot of people, when they just see my makeup for TV or on my Instagram, especially ladies, they've reached out to me and said, hey, how do you do your makeup? What products do you use? Also, on top of that, I wanted to just kind of fully disclose, this isn't sponsored or anything like that. It's just a lot of people have asked me to do this video. And I don't really have any loyalty to any products in particular. I love trying different products all the time. So if you have any recommendations on things that you think I should use, especially in the industry that I'm in, please let me know. But yeah, let's just kind of get started with the video. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring my little mirror here. By the way, I got this mirror at HomeGoods and it has a battery, so I could kind of like take it wherever, and I absolutely love it. It's kind of like those magnifying mirrors too. So I do my eyebrows with these. So if I'm looking down here, it's just to kind of make sure I'm touching everything up. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put my hair back. I recently cut my hair. So I'm still kind of getting used to it. So for those of you who wanted to see my donating my hair journey, I can put that link in the description below. But yeah, pretty much all of my makeup fits in this container. There's not a lot, not too many steps. And sorry for any makeup artists out there that might cringe at the way I do my makeup, but this is just how I do it. Fast, easy, gets the job done. I might be skipping steps. I might add an extra step that people don't normally do, but we'll find out. So let's see, I'm getting all my brushes out. Another side note, I actually typically do my makeup, especially for when I'm doing a story on air, in the car. Not while I'm driving, but in the car when it's parked. And usually what I do is I arrive at whatever destination, whatever story shoot that I have set up for that day. I get there, or I try to get there about 15 minutes early. And the reason I do that is because I like my makeup to be as fresh as possible for when I get to a story, and because of daylight. Right now I know I'm inside. Maybe I'll do one of these makeup tutorials when I'm actually getting ready in the car, when I usually do it, but I show up to the story shoot 15 minutes early and I just do my makeup in the car because the daylight is like the best light to do your makeup in. Luckily, I have some pretty good lights right here. I've got a pretty decent window over there that you guys can't see, but that's the best time to do it. So if you can get someplace early and drive there, park the car in a safe place and do your makeup, that daylight's really gonna help to make sure that you get the right colors and tones for your face. So let's get right into this. So the first thing that I do, I've noticed most beauty gurus and makeup artists don't really do this first, but I like to get it out of the way, is I curl my eyelashes. So sometimes I just gotta like make sure that they're separated a little bit. I go in there. And the reason why I curl my eyelashes before anything else really is because I've noticed a lot of beauty gurus, they'll curl their lashes after they put on their foundation or after they put on eyeshadow and everything, either before and sometimes after they put mascara on. And what ends up happening is I end up messing up my eyeshadow and or messing up my foundation because, you know, say this kind of like hits my face a little bit. So I actually do this first just to get it out of the way. And I think curling your lashes just makes your eyes pop so much more. Especially my eyelashes kind of stick straight out. So it just gives it much better of like a curvature when I do it this way. The next thing I do is I take my foundation. Right now I'm using the Cover FX Power Play foundation. Now this one is pretty good in particular. I've used a few other foundations, but I like this one because it is mattifying. And that is one thing that you're probably gonna hear me say or oversay ridiculous amount of times in this video, is that you need something that's matte, 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 matte finish. Because when you're in the studio, those studio lights are gonna be super bright. They can wash you out, or if there's any little bit of oil or shininess on your face, it's gonna make it look even more shiny. So try to get something that's as mattifying as possible. And I know for people who have maybe normal to oily skin, that can be hard. My skin is oily sometimes. So I just literally put on a drop. Oh, there goes my hair. And start buffing it in. I start with my forehead and then I kind of work my way down. Oh, my hair's getting in there. Another thing to note about this foundation, this is a very specific thing in particular about this foundation. You want to only go bit by bit. You don't want to, I've noticed that some people when they do their foundation, which works maybe with other foundations but is not good with this one, is they like put a drop, drop, drop all over their face and then they blend it out. The thing is, as soon as you put a drop, this foundation is so powerful that it like starts sticking to your skin. So I remember when I first started using this, I did that. I put like a drop, a drop, a drop all over and then started blending. And then when I got to the last place that I blended out my foundation, it had like, you could see the line where I put the drop. And it was so hard to blend out because it already kind of stuck to my face. So you want to go like section by section with this Cover FX Power Play foundation in particular, because it is powerful. I'm running out. I think this is blended out pretty well. Oh, and by the way, I am using an It Cosmetics, what kind of brush is this? Airbrush Complexion Perfection brush. This is really good. It's angled a little bit. I think it's really good for when you're using foundation. So that's the brush that I used to blend this out. So I try not to put too much. I like to let my freckles come through just a little bit because I still want to look pretty natural on camera, even though this is more foundation than I probably would wear if I wasn't on camera, if I was just going out for the weekend or going out with some friends. So that's that. Another thing that the makeup artist at my station, he recommended, which has been a game changer for my eyeshadow, is MAC Painterly. This is actually, I know in the beginning I said that I'm not really loyal to anything in particular, but I think this is probably going to be the only thing that I'm very loyal to, is MAC Painterly. So what's great about this is it's kind of like a primer or a base for your eyelid. My eyelids are a little oily, and this really helps just to make a really nice base so that all of your eyeshadow blends in really nicely. But you want to give it time to like set a little bit. So even though I'm not going to do my eyeshadow anytime soon, I'm going to put this in now so that it is ready to go and it has settled enough for when I'm ready for my eyeshadow. There's that. And then now what I'm going to do is set my foundation and everything in the meantime. I do this before putting on any bronzer or blush or anything because my skin is a little oily. Now another thing too, I have noticed that my skin is a little less oily ever since I moved to Southern California. Before I lived here, I was a reporter in South Florida, and I'm originally from the New York area. So the East Coast is a lot more humid and has a lot more moisture in the air than the West Coast does. So this is something that I've always just been in the habit of always having a good amount of powder with me. I'll put that on. And by the way, this is the, I don't know how to pronounce this, to be honest with you, but this is Ciate London translucent powder. And I put this on first before the other face products. To be 100% honest with you, I think I've used better powders before. Translucent powders in particular. It gets the job done, but I'm not crazy about it. But I'm also the kind of person that, like, when I have something, whatever product it is, it could be shampoo, conditioner, makeup, it could be dish soap, no matter what it is, I'm the type of person that I have to finish it before I buy a new one. So I'm still kind of like finishing it. The only time I would throw it out is if, you know, it gave me an allergic reaction or something like that. But it's not doing that, and it's getting the job done. It's just, I think it's a little too white. I think I need something maybe closer to my skin tone, or that's more translucent. Sometimes white powders are more translucent. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my bronzer and blush. So right now I've been using the Laura Mercier Bronze number 4 blush. I've had this for a really long time. And makeup does expire, people. So I'm not sure if this is it probably has. Wait. Yeah, I think I've had this more than 18 months. So if you didn't know already, if you look at your makeup, there's kind of like a little jar on the back of it. And the jar usually has a number inside of it. And this one says 18M, which means 18 months. I think I've had this, which means that it expires in 18 months from when you buy it. I think I've had this more than 18 months, so here goes nothing. But I use this brush. This is just I think this is an e.l.f. brush. I'm not sure which one because the brand wore off of it. But I just take this, I take the angled side of it, and I just suck in my cheeks. And I put it right on the line where I sucked in my cheeks. And I go up a little bit in my ear and hairline to kind of, this is a very light contour. I do contour almost every day, but very lightly. I don't go too crazy. There's that. Then I do a little bit on the forehead to kind of put that color back in my face that I kind of took away by putting on the foundation, made my face all one color, and then the translucent powder is kind of white, so took away some of the color from my face. And then gotta hide the double chin. Go there. And then put this away in my little brush thing. I take this Bare Minerals blending brush. Now this is actually more like a blending brush for eyeshadow, but I put this on and I contour my nose with it. So I just put a little bit on the edges and down. A little bit on the edges and up to kind of get that nice straight line for my nose. And then I take the other side that doesn't really have product and I kind of wipe it down a little bit to blend it, and that's usually pretty good. There's not like a harsh line or anything, so that's nice. And then I go in with my blush. Now this is a new blush, so I'm kind of excited. I'm pretty excited to use this. This is by Becca. This is the Becca Luminous Blush in Snapdragon. So I literally have not used this yet. I usually keep these just so that the mirror stays nice. But yeah, here goes nothing. This is my first time using it actually. Just got a new blush. I was using a Pure Minerals blush beforehand, which was pretty good. I did like it, but I just kind of wanted to try something new. So I got the Becca blush. And For me in particular, for my face is pretty round slash heart shape. So I don't want to go straight onto the cheeks because then I'll look like a clown. So what I do smile though, and I kind of go like that. Sorry if I look weird. But I do that, and that's, I like the color. It looks nice. Just a little bit. And I do like it. I only put a little bit and I blend it in with a bronzer because I don't want it to be too pink and powerful, because I think most people's faces, depending on your complexion, especially in the color of your skin, has a little bit of a red undertone. Just a little bit, no matter what. I mean, I am considered a woman of color, so I don't have maybe as strong of a red undertone as someone who might be a little bit lighter skinned than me, but I do have a little bit of it, so I think it looks natural to have, to kind of put that color back in your face. And this brush is actually the Rodan & Fields Enhancement brush. I do use the Rodan & Fields Radiant Defense Foundation. It's kind of messy right now. I have it right here on the weekends. It gives you a really nice dewy glow, but it's a little bit too dewy for TV, so I don't use it for work, but on the weekends or if I'm going out with friends, then I use it. I really like that foundation. But that's one of the brushes that came with the set. All right, so now I have all of the face makeup on. Now we're gonna go into eyeshadow. So I've been using the Morphe palette. This is the Morphe Artistry palette, and it's all brown tones. And what you're gonna notice is that it kind of has a mix of matte and shimmery tones. Now again, we're back to that word matte. I am only going to use the matte colors on here. The shimmery tones, you'll probably see that I have used them, but I only use them like on the weekends when I'm not on camera for anything in particular. I'm gonna take this blending or this Ibuki brush from Bare Minerals, and I'm gonna go straight into this color. It's called Hang 10. It's in the top of the pan. And this is gonna be like my transition shade. I'm gonna put it in the crease. And you don't have to do much. And then that's done. And then I use this Elizabeth Mott tapered blending brush. Now I use this for 2 colors. And how I do that is I use the side with Beach Please, which is kind of like another darker matte brown color. And I kind of sweep it on the side into that transition shade, just to give me a little bit more darkness on the side, and that kind of like brings your eye out a little bit more. Love it. And just the tiniest bit. I really don't use much. And then I take the very top of this and I go into Volcano, which is on the bottom. It's like the darkest matte brown on this pan. And I just kind of go in the corner a little bit. I put a little too much, so I'm putting excess here. And then just kind of go up a little. That just kind of draws the eye out a little bit. I kind of messed it up on this side. So I'm gonna go back with this Ibuki and blend the top out. There we go. Not too shabby. And another thing too, you're gonna notice that this isn't gonna be perfect. As long as I look awake and natural, I'm happy. So what I do next are my eyebrows. So I have very thick, naturally dark eyebrows. So I like the shape of my eyebrows. I don't want to add anything different. I want it to look natural. So all I do is brush my eyebrows out with this eyebrow brush. I don't know where this is from. Japanesque. I might be butchering that name. I do that just to make sure it's all together. But I do add a little bit of this Eyebrow. This is Gimme Brow from Benefit. I've obviously used it a lot. The thing is practically gone. The Brow Voluminizing Fiber Gel. Now, I don't put too much of this. I literally even kind of take off most of the product from the brush. So I just kind of, there we go. And what I do is I put a little bit on the ends because for some reason my eyebrows kind of sparse out towards the end. And then I just kind of brush it together so that my eyebrows stay together. And that they don't really move too much because, you know, little hairs will move. They look a little crazy. So I do the same thing. Revamp that. Practically take most of the product off. And then I do the same thing. That's one thing with women who have thick eyebrows. Luckily, thick eyebrows are in style. I remember back when I was in like junior high, they weren't. And I used to get so upset at my mom because she wouldn't let me wax my eyebrows. But I have noticed there are some women that naturally have thick eyebrows and they put a lot of brow product on top of it. And it's like, you already have beautiful brows. Just like do whatever you have to do to enhance them. For me in particular, that's my opinion. But I feel like for women who already have thick brows, you don't have to do much in order to enhance them. So what is next? So I kind of let that dry a little bit. Ooh, eyeliner. So lately I've been using the Stila waterproof liquid eyeliner. So what I do is I kind of shake it. I love it because it's like so pointy, which really helps with precision because I'm not the most precise when it comes to doing my makeup in general, but especially with my eyeliner. So what I do is I kind of start towards the ends because I want a very thin line. Now I'm going to stop talking because I need all focus for this. Super thin line. Now let's do the other side. Eyeliner or top lid done. Then what I do, and this is what I do personally, I think just for my eyes, I think sometimes, especially if I'm not well rested, I can look very tired very easily. I actually just got this. This is the Kat Von D Cake Pencil, but these pencils are usually pretty pigmented, so I actually take this Morphe eyeliner brush and I just dabble on this pencil. And then I go under, but I don't go all the way around. I just stay towards the outer corner. And see how it's so light. It's just like a shadow. It's just to frame my eye and open it up and make it look more awake. But it's just ever so light. I love how people open their mouths and leave them open when you're doing like your eyeliner or your mascara. It does help you keep your eyes open without blinking while you're doing that. So for people out there that are like, what is she doing? What are girls doing? Why do they, what are people doing when they do their makeup? And it's a thing, it helps. One of the last steps, we're almost done, is to put mascara on. Mascara is actually my favorite. There are a lot of weekends where I actually just go out and I don't put any makeup on except for mascara and maybe a little bit of chapstick. And it's my favorite. I think it just helps make you look more awake, more, it accentuates your eyes. So I really like that. And I mainly just put it on the top lids. This is the Lorac Pro Fiber mascara, by the way, which I really like as well. Mascara is my favorite, so I always try, especially mascara, different brands. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And then I just use a little bit on the bottom. So now I just got a tissue. And what I do is I just kind of wipe whatever's on my lips off. the foundation. And I've got to get lip liner. I used to have lip liner. I don't know what I did with it. And this is actually a new color. I haven't tried it, but this is Lovesick by Kat Von D, her liquid lipstick. I have not tried this color, but this is usually a color that I would go for. So let's do that. Ooh, I like it. Went out of the line. This is why I need lip liner. This is actually a little bit more pink than I would usually go. I usually do more like nude pinks. It is nice though. I might put, I have this NARS, what color is this? Rose Cliff lipstick. I'm gonna put this on top a little bit. I'm a big fan of mixing lipsticks. Yeah, that's definitely more my vibe. So there you have it. This is the type of makeup that I would do for being on TV. If you notice, everything is matte. My foundation, my eyeshadow, my lips, my bronzer and blush, they're all matte with no type of shimmer. Actually, probably after mascara, my favorite beauty product or makeup product is highlighter, and that's something that, sorry people, but for on-camera things, they stay away, especially TV personalities or reporters, on-air reporters, we stay away from highlighter or shimmery eyeshadow and all that kind of stuff. And I have this new Tarte highlighter. I love Tarte products, they smell so good. That honestly, it's in sparkler and it's like calling my name, and I want to use this so badly. I can on the weekends or, you know, times when I'm going out on friends and I'm not going to be on camera, but I can't for my day-to-day job, and I love highlighter. So those are the types of things that we usually stay away from, because especially for TV reporters, we want you to pay attention to the information that we're giving you. And we don't want you to be like, oh my God, her highlighter is blinding, or, ooh, she's kind of oily today. Or, you know, even though you are going to see situations where, you know, we're under pressure a lot and we have to do things really quickly. So you're going to see situations where we might not look 100% our best, or our foundation might not be completely matte or anything like that. But that's kind of why we go for more of the matte look, because we want you to listen to what we're saying and not necessarily be distracted by anything that we're wearing on our face or our hair or anything like that. So this is kind of the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know if you guys want me to do any other videos, whether it's for makeup, whether it's on being a reporter, living in Los Angeles, anything fun and exciting that you guys want me to do that's a little bit more personal and what I do on day-to-day outside of work even. I hope that this is super helpful for all of those ladies out there that asked me to do this video on Instagram. There were quite a few. I was surprised because every time I look at my makeup, I always think, ooh, I could do a lot better. But I think I do a decent enough job, and thank you so much for the compliments, and I hope that this video helps anyone that's interested on doing on-camera work or being an on-air personality in any which way. It could be for TV, it could be for reporting, it could be more for entertainment or commercials even. This is probably more of the type of look that you would get even in that world, in that on-camera world. So yeah, thanks so much for joining me, guys, and make sure to let me know if you want me to do any other videos like this. Bye.